Good morning, I'm Sebastian Anthony from Extreme Tech. I'm the disembodied head in the bottom left corner of your screen. But for this video, you'll only be seeing my hands, hopefully. But if I do creep into the middle of your picture, just tell me to move and I will. Today we're going to be looking at Windows 8.1 Preview. It's very similar to Windows 8 with a few small changes that are quite nice for desktop users. As you can see, we have the new All Apps screen, which is basically your new start menu. We'll get into that in some detail in a moment. We have the old start screen with a new icon size, new live tile size, extra large and extra small. That's pretty much all that changed here. So we'll go back to the All Apps screen. Basically with Windows 8.1, you have some more sorting options here. Most used is probably the best because you see, most of you will have lots of apps installed that you very rarely use, and only a few that you use. Of course, if you do have a bunch of apps that you regularly use, they should be down here on the taskbar, which is why no one uses the start menu, but that's another topic for another day. Moving on, you can now search all of your files and settings from the app screen. So we can type Adobe. There is a bug where it doesn't search immediately right now, but it will happen. There you go. So now you type Adobe. You can also search for remove programs. So now you can bring that up with just your keyboard and like so. One of the other big changes is SkyDrive integration. You now have a SkyDrive folder library in Explorer. So putting files in your SkyDrive is as simple as dragging files over. These are then uploaded in the background. If you like, here's the bug again, it's not coming up. Okay, well, in a moment, there you go. You can then bring up SkyDrive, and you'll see the file that I dragged over has now been uploaded. And just to confirm, here's SkyDrive, and the new file that I uploaded a moment ago of thorium, which is named after the Norse god Thor. How droll. So that's very nice, the integration there. Now we also have better snapping. So previously you could only have, sorry, that's not snapping. Let's bring up the new music app. So previously you could only have, come on, I think I broke it. Previously you could only have one app on the left and one on the right. Now you can have an app there. Let's bring up SkyDrive. So now you can side by side. You can now also have a third app because I have a big monitor. That's not only what's big. So now we have Reader, and you can place it here. Now we're side by siding 3 apps. What an amazing world we live in. From as many windows as you like to 3 side by side Metro apps. Amazing, Steve Ballmer, amazing. And these can be resized, made bigger, smaller. You can also drag this over here and have Explorer half there, or 2/3 if you prefer. This, it might make you use Metro more than you did before, but it probably won't. Who knows? Beyond that, we also have see, this is a story that I wrote, and I'm using it for reference. How clever is that? Basically, as I showed you, you have the new app screen. And I don't know if you can see it, but here's the new start button, which brings up the app screen. See? Very weird how, if you notice, the start button stays here, but disappears, and then you can't get back with the start button. I think it's a bit of a kludge. Also, if you move this taskbar to the side, the start button disappears. But this is just a preview. I'm sure it's a bug that we've fixed. Anyway, you now have a new properties navigation pane. Hopefully you can read this. And here you can configure things. So, for example, at the moment I have, let me just clear this up a bit. So at the moment I have, okay, right. Now I have charms, which you can see are now nearer the top corner. I'll show you that it works down here as well, nearer the corner, which is kind of cool. But you can also disable the corners. So now the corner does nothing. But curiously, this bottom corner still does it. Anyway, and you can also configure, so for example, boot straight to desktop. You can show your desktop background on start, so you see the flower, and now the flower will disappear. Boom. Oh, I sound like Steve Jobs. Show the app screen when you go to start, so we get rid of that. And now when you do this, it goes to the start screen rather than the apps view, but that's crappy. And then you also have search everywhere. So by default, oh, now we have the bug, so we have to wait. It's very grey in England at the moment. So we have remove programs, but then now if we remove search everywhere, now it doesn't turn up, you see. Now you have to, actually I don't even know how to get remove programs up now. So you probably want to enable search everywhere. And you can also show desktop apps first on here, which is an interesting option. I guess it does make most sense. If you are a desktop user, you will want your apps to appear in the top left corner. Unfortunately, there's no option to have apps appear in the bottom left corner, because if you click the bottom left, it would be nice if the most used apps were down here rather than up there, because it'd be easy to click these, but hard to click there. But yeah, apart from that, that's about it for Windows 8.1 on the desktop. Better multi-monitor support, better SkyDrive integration, the new start screen / menu is more useful, but that's about it for Windows 8.1 preview. I was Sebastian Anthony for Extreme Tech. Goodbye.